So how bad is the Burlington real estate market right now? The July stats just came out and things are not looking all that great. So let's get right into the stats without wasting any of your time. And first of all, I want to share this one because I think this is very important. For the first time in a long time, in all of the Toronto Real Estate Board, the total number of sales dipped below 5,000 sales. And as you can see here, that has not happened in a long time. I went back as far as the year 2000. So I pulled up every single July. It took me a long time. I pulled up every single July since the year 2000. And you can see here, like this is the lowest it has been in a long time. And most of the years, they've been hovering around the 7,500 range. And 2016 was around the 10,000 sale mark. And then it dipped quite a bit in 2017. 2020 was a record-breaking year that was above 10,000, and now we are below 5,000 sales. That is kind of scary because that is every single region on the Toronto Real Estate Board. And by the way, if you guys need any help, I am a real estate agent. You can reach me here. You can call or text, whatever is easier for you guys. I'll leave the number in the description. And let's get into the numbers. So this is what everybody wants to see, so I want to get to it right away. Sorry, let me just fix my screen here. So what I want to do was I wanted to see how the July numbers compared to the month of January, like how much they've dropped since January. And detached homes, they've dropped 22% in price since the month of January. This is price, this is not number of sales. And semi-detached homes, they've dropped 13% in price since the month of January. Freehold townhouses and condo townhouses, they're at 22% and 19%. Condos not doing as badly as some of the others. They're down 10% in price. So that is since the beginning of the year. And now let's look at number of sales. I already showed you guys before, like the total number of sales are down. They're below 5,000. But let's see how many sold in Burlington. At the peak of the market, they were at around 364 sales. And in April was also good. May was also good. But now we're down to 177 sales. So that is all of Burlington and includes freeholds and condos as well. And in case you guys are curious, like how is Burlington divided up in terms of like types of homes, detached homes make up the majority of the market, and they make up 55% of the market. And condo townhouses are at about 16%, and condos are at about 17%. Now, this is based on the July sale, so this is as up to date as you can get. I also got some positive feedback, well, constructive feedback in my last month's video, because I usually cover average prices and median prices, but somebody said that doesn't give the whole full picture. Maybe I should try to break it down by price ranges, and so then they can see which price range is doing well, which one is struggling. So it took me a long time, but I got it done. I think this is what she was looking for. So, sorry, I got to keep fixing my screen here. So I went back as far as the month of January, and I pulled up all the stats from January to the month of July. Like I said before, it took me a long time, but I broke it down by price range, like $500,000 to $1 million, $1 million to $2 million, and $2 million plus. So I wanted to see in each month how many of them were selling. And you can see here at the peak of the market, like February and March, the number one price range was $1 million to $2 million, but right now it is not. It has gone down by more than half. And if anything, the blue range, $500,000 to $1 million, that has been kind of steady, like it's declining, but it's not as much as some of the others. And $2 million plus homes, they sold a whole bunch in January, February, March, April, May, pretty consistent. They were, like right around maybe like 25 to 30 homes every single month. But ever since then, like June and July have been really low. So they're taking a big hit. Anything over $2 million is taking a big hit. Same with $1 million to $2 million. They've dropped quite a bit. And 500 to 1 million seems to be doing somewhat okay considering what else is going on in the market. And we're not done. We're just getting started. But if you guys enjoy this kind of stuff, like like unbiased just presentation of the stats, please consider subscribing because it takes me a long time to prepare this stuff. Like especially this stuff was not easy to prepare, but I did it because in case, it might help somebody out. So if you don't mind subscribing, that kind of cheers me up and it helps out the channel. Now, let's compare it to last year. Let's see how the prices are doing compared to last year. So what I did was I pulled up the stats for July of last year and I'm comparing it to July of this year. So these are the average prices for every single type of house, like detached homes are at 1.4 right now. Freehold townhouses are just under $1 million. And this is what they were selling for last year. So if you compare it to last year, we are still up. Detached homes are still up 4%. Semis are down a little bit at -2%. Freehold townhouses are up about 5%. Condos are up almost 30%. So considering like what, so I just wanted to show this to you guys in case it's helpful, because I know some people like to see how it compares to last year. But keep in mind, this gap was a lot bigger. If I had compared like March of last year to March of this year, or February of last year or February of this year, this number would have been a lot higher. So the gap is tightening. Something to keep in mind, because I think if I was to do this in a couple of months, this might actually be in the negative. But we'll see. I'll keep everyone posted, but we'll see what happens. Now let's get into the actual numbers in case you guys want the actual numbers. Okay, so detached average prices, this is what they've been selling for every single month, January to June over there, and July is up here. So in January, that's when the market peaked for detached homes for average prices. They were just about $1.8 million. And now they're at about 1.4, and that's a drop of $398,000. And detached median prices, they're just under $1.3 million, and so it's about the same as average prices. They've dropped almost $400,000 since the month of January. And if you guys want to look at semi-average prices, they actually peaked in February, but just to keep it consistent, I'm comparing it to January for now. And they're selling just above $900,000 right now, and that's a drop of $342,000. And same thing as semis median, the drop has been over $300,000. Right now they're selling at about $955,000. That's for semi-detached homes in Burlington. Okay, and now let's look at freehold townhouses. They actually peaked in the month of February as well. But in January, they were selling for about 1.23, and now they've dropped below $1 million. That hasn't happened in a while. You can see here, like every single month was over $1 million. June started going down, and right now they're selling for $959,000, and that's a drop of a little bit less than $300,000. And if you guys want to look at the median prices for freehold townhouses, that's actually over $344,000. They've dropped since the month of January. Now, condo townhouses, they actually peaked in the month of March, but in January they were selling for $930, and now they're selling for $755, and that's a drop of $174. I don't know if I'm going too fast or too slow, so I apologize if you guys are falling behind, so I apologize if I'm going too fast. Just let me know in the comments below, because I don't want to bore you guys at the same time too, because then people leave. But I also don't want to go too fast, because then people, like they miss out on stuff that they wanted to see. So let me know if you don't mind in the comments below. So condo townhouses median prices, they peaked in the month of January for $975, and just last month in the month of July they were selling for $730,000. That's a drop of $245,000. Condos average, they peaked in the month of February as well, but they were selling right around the $800,000 mark in January, and now they've dropped by $81,000, selling at $715,000. And let's look at median prices. Median prices, they've dropped $55,000. So condos, they're down, and it does hurt if you are thinking of selling your condo, but it's not as bad as some of the other price categories. Like I showed you guys before, the higher end stuff is just not selling, or if it is selling, it's selling at a lot lower prices than it would have maybe 3-4 months ago. Now, I also like giving like more than just prices whenever I do these updates. So I want to show you what's actually on the market like today, not July, but today, right now. And right now there are 473 listings on the Toronto Real Estate Board for Burlington. And out of those, 138 of them have had to drop their price because they were not selling at the price that they wanted. And out of the 473, 348 of them have been sitting on the market for longer than 2 weeks. So something to keep in mind in case you guys are shopping for a house in Burlington, because what this means is that you don't have to panic buy anymore. Like, you don't have to go there and like, oh my God, I got to bid on this house, otherwise it's going to sell like tonight with 30 offers. You actually have a little bit of time to actually go home and discuss it and talk to your bank and all that kind of stuff. So less panic in the market for sure. And now let's look at sales to new listings ratio. So this is not like a scientific formula. I always say this in every video. It's more of a guideline. They say that it's just a ratio between the number of listings coming up and the number of listings selling. And if the ratio is below 40%, then it's a buyer's market. If it's above 60%, it's a seller's market. And anything in between is a balanced market. So let's look at Burlington right now. At the peak of the market, so I pulled up February. At the peak of the market, it was at 80.9%. So that's a heavy seller's market. And now, July, the numbers just came out. It is at 64.4%. So that's a big drop in only a matter of a few months. So, I mean, technically, we are in a seller's market according to this number. But I can tell you, just by being out there, Burlington is not doing as bad as some of the other cities like Mississauga, Brampton, and even parts of Oakville are struggling. So Burlington, according to those, is not doing as badly. It is struggling, but it's not as bad as some of the other cities I've covered. I think that's all I want to show you guys for Burlington for the month of July. Like I said before, I am a real estate agent. If you guys want somebody who's honest, who's gonna, not downplay what's going on in the market right now, because sometimes the truth kind of hurts, it's kind of depressing, but sometimes you need to hear that, right? Because you don't want to make wrong decisions based on false information. So if you guys want some honest advice, you can call or text me here, and I'll see you later. Thanks. See you.